And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. Picking up on our Fist-Militia-led Spoiled Democracy run, which hopefully this time will actually make into a Spoiled Democracy. It's round 53. Over the intern, we killed 100 infantry and 20 tanks in form of militia, or in marauders. We actually have no decisions this round, which is a little bit unusual. It's pretty common that we get one. I think that's going to be the troop movements for the turn. Again, our militia is growing in strength, so we're having greater and greater probability that we'll be able to attack here. As we're up to like 1.2 odds. Probably want better odds than that, to be fair. But if we actually get good enough skill with the oratory roll, we might be able to just negotiate peace. No shown diplomat yet. Let's call up the CEO again.
Roger that.
Go ahead and get ourselves another council seat, corporation seat, because that provides a feat bonus to the board member, which provides charisma. So that's going to be useful mostly on positions like the Foreign Affairs Counselor. It's also fairly useful for governors. How has our construction been going? Recycling's finished. High Command is proceeding at speed. Most of our stats are actually trending up, so I might proceed with the organic furnace actually a turn early. Earlier than I was originally planning. We'll still wait another turn so we can get these guys in position so we can guard. We're going to put the furnace. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Do I feel like I'm going to regret buying the transport hub? I can sell some earth metals.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're going to take an opinion hit for buying it. I still think it's worth doing. Okay, let's cycle the turn again. See how the situation evolves. We are definitely very rapidly evolving into we can actually hold the entire border with a tight picket. So expansion should be, against the non-line, should be quite plausible at this point. we go, round 54. We got 2 decisions. Got an archaeological effort, that's great. Got a unification, which is also good. We want another board member. Law vote. Retract militia benefits law. I don't want this to be retracted. The problem is I don't have enough support to stop it. Do you have any way to get more political power? No. Not currently. So we're just gonna have to let this pass.
Yes, sir.
Anyone votes to remove, so I'm gonna have to save up political power and put it back in. But yeah, that drops the maximum size of our militia, so it's actually gonna be hard to expand the militia much more for the duration. I remember there being a road down here, although I might be wrong. Farther down here. Yeah, we want to put that law back in, but obviously we don't have the political power to turn around and put it right back in. Archaeological effort.
Roger that.
Darn. So we are now sure that they don't have any in here. So these 4 ruins are banal and boring. Other than just the raw scrap value. Traffic sign zone borders. Let's redraw the zone borders here. So you've got your full 3. Doesn't change a lot, but changes a little bit. So yeah, they should be improving. With that being halved, we're going to actually expect that militia not to be expanding, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, we're going to want to put that law back in pretty quickly. Is what it is. I don't have enough political power to do the unification roll. Yeah, not going to have enough for the unification roll. Offer protection's really cheap, but we don't have a shadow diplomat to combo it with. Propose peace. Not quite enough there to negotiate that. We're coming up on a territory. And roaders. Okay. There's maybe an argument in the short run to intentionally try not to touch their territory, because then we won't get events related to them. Roaders at least build roads. It's kind of in their name. So it could be worse. From a power standpoint, yeah, I want to be making more power. Yeah, let's try that organic furnace. We got enough metal, got enough industry.
Sir, yes, sir.
Presumably, we'll hopefully have enough people hiring up for that. And then with that done, I can add bureaucracy here. Although we want that done first. We do that first, and then we do the bureaucracy. And yeah, more and more bureaucracy. One way to make up for the very slow opening here is just get enough bureaucratic points flowing that turn the taps on in technology and card play. Okay. Watching the friendlies move about more than the enemies. Although, maybe watching some enemy movement in case of guys to the east. More people does mean more reconnaissance. More eyes and ears to see what's going on. Round 55. Suffer no losses, nor have any kills. It's round... and we have 3 decisions. Okay, round 55. Marauders is an event. Read Archives is nice. I'm going to play that. Got the red tape. Don't need to do that. Okay, so Raid Archives is worth playing. Don't need to draft workers. You can use the bronze one to get rid of bad leaders.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Critical success, no danger increase. Nice. Enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Nation. Let's get the Great Archive active.
Yes, sir.
Which means I don't have the political power to do unification again. And I don't think we have Shadow Diplomat yet. Yeah, no Shadow Diplomat yet. I'll do a bronze retirement on one of the Cap 1, Capacity 1 people in the pool.
Yes, sir.
Go away. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Go. I feel very much like one of our perks is providing us with machines somewhere. Could be delivered by the HQ was delivered. Yeah, so you've got something that's giving you machines. So there was the road I was thinking of. The road is, in fact, still there. Okay, see if those road extensions help on the next turn, expanding our operational logistics forward. The organic furnace is done. How much would it be expensive-wise to get it expanded? Expensive enough I don't want to start that this turn. I am going to splurge. Yeah, I'm going to splurge. We're going to do a level 1 bureaucracy here.
Roger that.
So we've got the power for it. So that's a splurge because we've got 300 metal in stockpile, so it's going to cost 100 to finish up the high command, 200 to build that. So we're basically going to eat all the metal we have in storage at the same time. But we should be getting some in. In fact, I think we didn't lose any metal in the last turn. So we had enough to build both the furnace and the high command without spending any of the reserve. So we're getting like 170 something. And how it looks, yeah, the cap on the troops is decreased, cap on the troops is decreased. Also it's going to make it harder to maintain the militancy. Although we're stable there, a little grumpy that they're not being there. We'll have to work on that. Okay. Poster mastery. What's the perk? Research bonus. Okay. Yeah, we're having some nice rapid expansion here. Carry us into the glacial years and past of this game. Although I could always do it with more militia. More militia. He's cutting Moore's Land. Round 56, we got 2 decisions. Unrest tests are going to be harder. Okay, that's not great. Bureaucratic push. Dude's government high? That's a question. Yeah, government's the highest one. Okay. I wonder where I'm going to government bureaucracy push. We're going to support the democracy here. I don't need the virtue increase. I don't, as much as I want the fist, I don't, there's other stuff that happens with the protos before.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm now touching the rotor, so I might as well touch them. Screwed up my deployment. Got in physical contact with them. It's now time just to take the territory between me and them. I'm going to try to avoid taking a lot of their territory, because as long as the relations here are unclear, they won't be moving against me, particularly. Oh, this is a road to nowhere, apparently. Apparently this is where the road ends. I guess that was the... What's this, rotor territory at some point? Yeah, that would explain why there's a road going to nowhere. See how that supply situation shakes out. We're pretty good over here. Let's say you scoot one, you one, then you one, and you one, and then you one, and then you there, you there, you there. Do a little more shuffle to the left there. Obviously, as we take full control over the mountain. I don't need the guys holding the top of the mountain if we control the bottom of the mountain. Yeah, needless I can't negotiate peace with the territory. Not good enough there. We haven't done anything to raise the charisma, so yeah, we're not at the point where we can do those. I do have the political power. We can make a unification roll. Let's make a unification roll. It's gonna eat a big chunk of the political power, but we'll take it.
Understood.
They refused. It's not impossible. It's just not likely. And then given the circumstances, I'm going to pull the surplus units out of this location. Ah, not enough strategic capacity. Push them into the capital here because we do believe we have a syndicate. So if we got enough military police in the zone, the military police will syndicate. Okay. Let's cycle the turn. Actually, is my construction going according to plan? Bureaucratic office is done. High Command HQ is done. Let's expand you. So we got 50 surplus power. Yeah, I need to expand the furnace before I expand power consumption. Because it's providing 35 plus the 30 we have, so we got, let's say we got 65. With the bunker improved, we're actually paying 60. It hasn't charged us yet. That's why we're looking like we're so good at power. Organic furnace leveling up will give us more power.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll hold off on doing the truck station. I don't need it, really. Yep, otherwise we keep expanding. So let's cycle the turn, see how the situation looks. If this continues, we'll be able to hook up to that road and we'll be able to run down that road. I'll save us some industry. Don't want to expand into the rotors. Expanding into the non-line just makes sense. And then, yeah, more bureaucracy equals more political power. At some point, we'll have to go save enough political power that we can go strong arm the government back into accepting the militia law. Okay. If everything goes according to plan, we shouldn't be having any surprises here. Although supposed to a certain degree, that's a surprise. We lost 100 infantry in the end. Round 57, we have 7 decisions. Completed sealed roads. Oh, we're working sealed roads and not power plant. Probably go ammunition factory next, actually. Although power plant's tempting. I don't want the unrest, and the secretary is somewhat replaceable.
Yes, sir.
Piss the secretary off. We say no to you. We like enforcement. We don't like syndicate.
Yes, sir.
Sucks to be you. Bring the pressure to give you a subsidy. No. I think it is time to grab the Model Design Council.
Yes, sir.
And I'll give in to the
Roger
power plant.
that.
At some point, I'm gonna need some tech to do power besides burning the trees. There's an infinite trees on this planet.
Roger that.
Deal with you. Success. Accident with crew. We'll engage with blame the
Roger
workers.
that.
Oh, let's board member the governor in Mark. How good of you're pretty good in commander. Okay, so but the one garrison to capital is good. I'd like to keep them effective. Okay, these guys we want in the capital to deal with the fact that we are going to very rapidly piss off the syndicate, and then we want to deal with crews. And the more garrison, the easier that's going to be. And then what's going according to plan? Organic furnace will be done next turn. Where do I expand the recycling facility for more metal? Because I'm running a little low on metal. Yeah, we expand the recycling facility.
Sir, yes, sir.
Go up to 2 with you. Probably go up to number 2 with you. One at a time, though. Got you encircled, although I don't we're in a position necessarily to attack you this turn. Probably next turn. Okay. Let's cycle the turn. Deal with you on the next, and then we continue expanding southwest. I'd like to acquire those ruins. That'd be nice. Apparently approaching some mountains over there. Okay. Okay, so that's the rotors. That's one of the reasons we don't necessarily want to expand into the rotors, because they'll get more and more likely to be aggressive if we take them into the territory. That's arguably what happened to the people in the east. Killed 400 infantry, we lost 800 infantry. Right now our militia is not, well, most of the new militia is not replaceable because we don't have the law doubling our cap. Round 58, we have 6 decisions. Efficiency drive. That would help with the money. And we got our Shadow Diplomat. Okay, so if we got the political power, we're in a pretty good place to start doing stuff. I don't think I have the political power, that's a different problem. We're gonna punish you.
Roger that.
You should know we're on Fist. I got 2 terrible choices. Well, this is a terrible choice because I really like them in their current job. I like high-capacity governors, even though the governors prefer higher office. Yeah, we're gonna give it to you, know your terrible choice.
Aye, aye, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we're now hostile with the Syndicate, so the Syndicate is losing crews and backsliding. Good to see.
Mission accomplished.
Problem dealt with. We lost 6 sub-units to get rid of 11. So, not a great exchange ratio, but it could be worse. It could definitely be worse. don't like that I'm not claiming that hex from that position. Because I can definitely see there being some sort of non-aligned person on the town. I like to hang out on them. Yeah, don't have enough to both... Well, actually, unification is not a diplomacy roll. It's an oratory roll. I do have enough to do Shadow Diplomat into the offer protections. We'll do that.
Understood.
So that is the easier of the two. No chance of critical failure.
Understood.
There was a 39% chance of failure, which is what we hit. And organic furnace is done. We did have a delay with you. Apparently we have a shortage of logistic points. Okay, if we have a shortage of logistic points, that's an argument for expanding the truck station. Games told me you need more logistics, and that says more truck station. Probably says more truck station over here too. Yeah, we'll do both.
Roger that.
Okay, we still want more political power. Not quite there. Negotiate peace with them. And again, I don't think we're necessarily in a position where we want to be attacking. Although, we're getting reasonably close. 1 to 2.2. Cycling that turn. I could just go with better troops. That would be nice to have as well. And then we get that via more research. Which we get quicker with more bureaucracy, so I needed the bureaucracy bigger. Oh, for the next 2 turns, we're going to be tied up. Well, maybe even 3 turns. We're going to be tied up with expanding the logistics. Hopefully I'll have some spare metal at that point to go for more bureaucracy. Okay, some of these fights are going well, some of the fights are going badly. It's round 59. We killed 400 infantry over the intern at the cost of 200 of our infantry militia. We have 2 decisions. Automatic rifles. Archaeological effort. Another Shadow Diplomat. Private surveillance. I don't see a reason to oppose
Yes,
this.
sir.
We'll just let it come into effect.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're seeing the syndicate is in decline, which is good to see. Let's Shadow Diplomat. Director, Foreign Affairs.
Understood.
Miners, offer protection. You.
Understood.
And we hit it this time. Okay, so they're now our subject. Still need to unify with them. I actually have enough political power to take the roll. Take a roll.
Understood.
Refused. Which is kind of the expected outcome. But you miss 100% of the rolls you don't take.
Enemy spotted.
Mission accomplished.
And then construction-wise, truck stations proceed at speed. Recycling facility was still delayed again. And still delayed again due to logistical issues, which is why we're improving the logistics. Good to know. Okay, we're gonna seal road between you and you. I probably don't need that one to be sealed. This one makes sense sealing, so we seal you at least out to that point. And I think we're gonna seal you out to that point. We keep extending these ceilings. Let's look at the traffic signals. What are we looking at down here? Of course, we don't have traffic signal that far down. Yeah, there's an argument to seal up more of this. Was it you that was the last one? Yeah, you were the last one. Okay, let's seal that segment up. Sealed. And down there. That's enough for the moment. We don't want to burn through all the industry. We're not making industry particularly fast. So you need to be careful not to burn every last drop of industry on making fancy roads. And we'll see how that combos with the truck stations. Okay. Secondly turn. Could definitely use more political power. Okay, we killed 300 infantry and lost 100 over the end turn. It's round 60. We have 2 decisions. Yeah, work America's nice. Okay. Decision. You want Schalzoltz to be conquered. I suspect it's this guy's capital they want. That's 8 turns out in the future. I'm gonna say no.
Yes,
Too
sir.
busy dealing with our ongoing stuff. We want soldier props to
Yes,
increase,
sir.
so I'm on board with that. I can accept that. Construction stations and recycling done. And again, there, that's declining, so that's good. That's fine. Would like you to go better. That's culture adjustment scores, so it's a little annoying the game actually has 2 CASs, because they get confusing for people, but, yeah, so, to be fair, this is improving, so as this improves, this is going to get better. Because you think that 30 is not a high score because it's the inverse. It's actually how adapted they are to a culture that's not yours, I believe. So this will get better. I've only got 23 political power. No shadow diplomat. And we're not ready for the archaeological effort because I'm gonna hold off until we've taken these 3 ruins down there. Okay, the recycling facility and the truck station in the capital has been finished. This one hasn't as far as completion, but that'll be fine. Coming up here, we'll expand that recycling facility. And do I start saving up for an industry? Went through a lot of our industry really fast, but that was also like all. Okay, we still need some sealed roads down here. Most of the roads I'm going to be building in the near future. Or do I want to continue building up the... Well, I want to continue building up the bureaucracy. I just might not do that right now. Yeah, I think we hold off on doing that. We're actually up in second, so that's not bad. And as that being in second, I'm surprised our virtue is not declining. Although, it is stable, which could be worse. Yeah, it's stable. So, if we do anything that does lower virtue, it won't recover at this point to good. We want to actually get down to spoiled democracy levels. Which I do. Oh, that reminds me. I've done enough military discovery, so orgs. Military, call you up.
Yes, sir.
Parties. It's research time.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to very rapidly get padded and automatic rifle done. As soon as those are done, we can go for our redesign on our professional troops. Them being better sooner means we can get the militia to hopefully swap over to them sooner. And again, we're running a militia run, so we want the militia to be as functional as we can. And everything else is stable. I think we need to continue trying to encircle here. Odds are looking better and better as we get better reconnaissance on them by having more personnel in the area. We're building another farm there. Okay. Any prospecting? Not that I got the blood power to do it. No. Yeah. Other than maybe some interaction from the other line, I think we've got a pretty stable border. You haven't pissed the rotors off yet. Although, who knows with these militia? These militia are pretty weak that we got from the neighbors. Round 61. We have killed 100 infantry of the intern. We have 4 decisions. It's a time of learning. Virtue score is dropping. That's good to see. Got some Galactic Republic Romuluses. Nice. Got some big tanks, huh? Yeah, got some big tanks. Victor.
Mission accomplished.
We lost 11 subunits to destroy 27. Most of the units got brought in basically as a body block for the tank. The tank did a pretty good job, given it was a single subunit. Okay, so next turn we'll look at the road network. We do have access to those fixes now.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
I want to give the militia captain what he wants. Fuel's very valuable. I'm actually going to sell the fuel off.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Sir, yes, sir.
Zones, archaeological effort.
Roger that.
Not high enough roll to know anything. Good or bad. We have 4 ruins we haven't effectively searched. We haven't searched these 3 and this one. So a success would tell us whether those 4 ruins have anything.
Understood.
Still refusing. what's the treasure gold gonna give me? Metals, rare metals, fuel. I don't need it right now. It's good. Construction. What do we finish up? Truck station's done. Recycling facility is delayed. You're still being delayed for logistic point reasons? Interesting. That's unexpected. Oh, because everything coming out of the SHQ is being maximally spent, so it's being redirected elsewhere, is what's probably going on. Okay, so we'll seal the road to you, seal the road to you. Honestly, that one's probably not really long enough. It's a temporary road where we got the holdout here. Oh, and did the truck see it just improved? Okay, so that should be fixed in the next turn. I am making 200 metal a turn. We have surplus 50 power. Yeah, we have surplus 50 power. So that's close enough to write that I can probably go up the high command. Yeah. Okay, let's begin expanding the high command. And then I have enough metal with that in tow to expand the organic furnace up to maximum level.
Sir, yes, sir.
And we'll want to probably try to live within that power balance. Just want to come... Oh, there's only 2 forests over here. Yeah, until we get to another expand that gets got on the forest. Like, it'd be decent to burn that forest. I think we want to stop expanding power demand until we've got more sources of power. We are working the power plant. So those are the power plant done, upcoming done. I should try to start expanding oil production, potentially even the renewable oil production, so that I can fuel the power plant, run power from the power plant instead of power from the organic furnaces. Okay, let's cycle the turn. I'm going to go one more turn, and then we're going to go ahead and take the midstream break to go make tea. Okay, that was a fair exchange with the locals. That was a good defense. We killed 800 infantry and 10 tanks and lost 300 infantry for it. It's around 62, and we have 6 decisions. That envirosuit is done. Grease the machine. There's one of the spoiled democracy cards. So we can trade that, or trade some virtue score for political power. I'm guessing I have high... it's not super high. I'm surprised that's popping up so early. You want to execute relative... I do want enforcement, so we'll take the allow.
Sir, yes, sir.
Unless it wants to learn it from experience. Money is actually looking decent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to get more XP. I'd like you to be at 20, and you to be at 20. Model Design Council can be back down around 10. 10. Do 10. We'll have a little more political power coming because of that.
Understood.
We don't know where the majors are, so focus on minor. Minor
Yes,
rifles
sir.
are next.
Sir,
Give us
yes,
some
sir.
demands to get the protest to stop. Obviously, we're going to immediately go to that good old nation card. I want virtue down. So we're going to play Grease the Machine.
Yes, sir.
Unification.
Understood.
Not yet. Archaeological effort.
Roger that.
Okay, so we're now sure that all the ruins are boring old ruins with nothing fancy in them. It's a bit of a shame. I do like the toys. The toys are always nice to find. And by toys, I mean artifacts. Artifacts are always nice to find. I want to know where the road goes, but at the same time, I don't really want to put a lot of effort into following it. Okay, we're downtrending metal, but that's because we're building a bunch of stuff at the same time. Recycling facility will be done next turn. I'll stop pulling metal. Organic first will be done in 2, which at the current rate will be before we run out of metal, so that's not a concern. Just don't add more to the construction pile is what I'm deducing from my math there. And yeah, victory overview. We are in second. Got a long way to go to first, but we're in second. Virtue is trending down, which is good to see. We want it going down. Because we want to be a spoiled democracy. Yeah, there's some fancy, cool stuff that we can get out of being a democracy, a proper democracy. Like, sophisticated governance would not be terrible. Having the cards for National Innovation Foundation, leisure, and free press would be nice. I don't necessarily want to... Well, one of those we want to play, the other one we'd probably want to procrastinate a bit on. Free press, because it is virtue buffing, is bad. But the moment we stop being a democracy, we might want to play free press to try to keep virtue from completely collapsing. Same sort of logic with... Is it well-being? Yeah, so what well-being provides leisure. Once we are a spoiled democracy, I will be tempted to play well-being. Again, it is a virtue bonusing modifier, which is why we're avoiding playing it now. Because we want to get low enough to do the transition. Because we really want to get up to permanent militancy and militia ready to serve. So we got to get into spoiled democracy and we got to stay there. Okay, so let's cycle the turn, and we'll see what happens. Oh, the criminal syndicate died. Wasn't paying attention to it, and they're dead. Crime syndicate. Attitude is light crime. But I don't see them in any of the zones. So what I think has happened is they've effectively been chased out. Chased out of all the active zones. Yeah, because we lost the cards associated with it. So the crime syndicate's dealt with. So I don't need you garrisoning the city. We'll move you up to the front. can see the sort of odds we're getting. 1.4. Yeah, after we get assault rifles distributed to the professional troops, I think we'll start trying to push the scavengers back. Okay, and then... do I have new neighbors? That's a territory. Or, do my neighbors have neighbors? The answer is kind of, but they're not the sort I want to interact with. Oh, there's Black Fort back there. Somewhere back there. At some point we'll probably want to reach out and become friends with. And then back there we got a territory, an unknown territory type. Honestly, I can make it without knowing for the moment, so let's not try to find out. And we're using up power because I think the tank here shoots power. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's why the power is negative this turn. It's not that we're not generating enough power to power the government, it's we're not generating enough power to power the government and have the Galactic Republic tank open fire. The tank alone could potentially take more power than I think our power grid's making in a given turn, so we have to use it sparingly. Let's cycle the turn. When this end turn's done, we're going to go ahead and put the second part break of the stream in. This will be the longer of the 3-part breaks, because it'll be the one where I go make a cup of tea. Let's see if we have any surprises happen during the end turn here. Okay. Took a bunch of losses there. They took a bunch of losses there. So we killed 500 infantry over the end turn and lost 600. 2 different fights, so it wasn't a very good exchange ratio on either of them. Until the next one, we'll be picking up in round 63. We'll have 3 decisions. If you're watching YouTube, that will be tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to go make a cup of tea. I'll be back as soon as the tea is brewed. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part into our stream, and bye for now.